June 6, 2014 was the day it changed my life in a huge way. But I say that things were altering a few months before that. I live a solitary life, and that's the way I like it. Ha 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 ha. In March, I noticed I had to make more nocturnal visits to the loo than normal, and the urgency to go quickly quickened, but being a typical male, I ignored it. On the 29th of March, I had a mini break in Tenby for 2 days, and now the urgency was going so bad, I had a few accidents on the way, mainly something running down my leg, which was really awful. Right, a visit to my GP was needed as quickly as possible. Back home, a lovely GP had done the dreaded DRE examination, which is not very nice for either of us. He referred me to a specialist in Princess Wales Hospital, Bridgend. This time I had a female nurse doing the examination again. I told her I was needed a biopsy to start. Now I really started to worry. Even though people were being kind and saying to me, well, it's going to be okay, Ron, no need to worry. A few weeks of waiting for the letter to come through the door. It was, of course, the letters always came on a Saturday, with details how it would be done, a biopsy. The antibiotics had to be taken 1 hour before, 1 hour after. Very nervous on the day I was. The nurse was lovely. She held my hand and talked me through what would happen. I had no gas or air. As I was on antidepressants, we were unsure of it. It fired 3 times, took 3 samples of the prostate. It slightly hurt. I was given something like a big nappy to wear just in case of accidents. More waiting, about 3 weeks, and then on June the 6th, 2014, I had an appointment to see a nurse again at the urology department, Princess of Wales Hospital. After about hours wait, I was called in by a sombre looking nurse. I'm afraid it's bad news. The prostate cancer it is, and it's spread. Well, need I say more to see how far it had gone? This will involve MRI, bone scans and all that, etc. To be told you have cancer is one of the most worst things that can happen to an individual in peacetime. Found telling people was very hard. Hoping the reaction was not over the top, which I'm glad to say. They were very supportive to myself. Weeks passed, various tests were done. MRI scanner was a nightmare. The noises really awful. It's like being in a steel drum. Yeah. Then I was referred to an oncologist over in Singleton. Meanwhile, I discovered Maggie's, which is a centre for people who have cancer. They have look after you and your families and friends. At the time of writing, Swansea is the only one in Wales. They're waiting for funding in Cardiff at the moment. I went through the main door, finding myself very nervous. 2015 now started with more of a whimper, just hospital appointments, and well, involved Singleton Hospital, injected me with a dye now to pinpoint where the cancer lies. The red marks would show up for when I had the radiotherapy, which would involve going over 7 weeks and 3 days. Start in July which would test my patience. I was at my wit's end, felt really low. I emailed Sarah to say I was in dire needs of help. She told me to come over. I was met by Lucy, who took me into one of the rooms in the centre. I sobbed my heart out. She pampered me, excuse me, put a blanket over me, she brought me tea, biscuits, most importantly, listening to me as she put some soothing music on. I left the centre on a high, far better than I went in. July had starting date for radiotherapy. Specialist diet I had to follow. The big day came. I had a private ambulance which took me over to Singleton. You have to drink about 3 litres of water. This is to make sure your bladder remains in the same place. Radiologists were superb. Explained everything to me. Put me at my ease. Then on the second week, something nasty happened. I had a phone call. Say my current support worker would be leaving. I was a bit upset about that, but I carried on. A new chapter in my life was about to begin. Monday evening I was introduced with a support worker to Soul Point. This is part of a church. Soul Point is in Baglan Community Church. A nicer group of people would be hard to find anywhere. Don't sit in the naughty corner, they said. You don't know who's going to go there. So I was advised. They came across to me, shook my hand and made me feel very welcome. As the weeks went on, I grew bolder and had lifts to the centre and back. Invited back to watch the rugby internationals, which I loved. New Year's Eve, 2015, an excellent way to start 2016. Dancing, quizzes, this is all new to me. Then I met Lee, who invited me along to Sundays. The congregation was huge. The band was inspiring, to say the least. I sat with my new buddies, Steve, who I had previously known from Mind. 2016, waterworks trouble. I was taught I had to use a catheter. March 2016, 3 of us, along with Lee Davis, went to his testimony. That was set in a small church somewhere in Swansea. I listened intently to what he had to say and was most impressed. On Monday evening, we began singing at first, just me and Lee. Then it just grew and grew. And on a Monday evening, I spoke to Lee about being saved, and we done that together. Then back to the door, Lee told everybody what happened, and everybody was cheering and clapping. is really, really good. I still mess up big time some days, but ask for forgiveness. My mission now seems to visit many of Maggie's centres as possible already, having been to Charing Cross, London, Oxford, Nottingham, Merseyside, and have Manchester to visit in August. I love such days out like this, apart from when I get my hormone jabs, but which I won't finish until 2018. Now I'm singing on my own, which is real fun. At time of writing, I'm waiting to see the pastor Neil. Well, I've seen him already, to be baptised and be a member of the church. So my journey isn't over yet. The 9th of July will be a fantastic day for everyone. Thank you.